Well, I did it again. But first, we changed the stands to show it. I got some old door hinges at the bins and put some old baskets on, got all hardware trays in, so they can sort of let me move this in the corner, open and close a little bit. Since the door hinges, I can just pop this hinge pin right out and take these right off when I move, which make it easier to move. And I do want to try and fall forward, but I have a bungee cord around the back with a little block of wood in the back to make a fulcrum. So we'll see how annoying these are. We're trying to work. The real point of this video is even though I have too many bikes in the basement, my roommates don't like it, and I miss good deals on bikes all the time because I can't sell any of this junk. I did find another one at Goodwill today. Even though it's less nice than other ones I've seen for 60 or 70 bucks. I bought it down to 50 bucks after seeing it there a couple of times. And it's got a derailleur 9-speed front derailleur, which is kind of what I really want for the little Bianchi. So maybe I will steal it and put it on there. So I'm going to do a bike or a video on how to strip a bike. And then I'll probably put most of these parts up on eBay for sale, even though they're a little funky and crusty. But they're alright. So let's do one on this K2 WTB bike. So the first thing I'm going to do when stripping a bike, kind of like doing a bike overhaul, first thing we're going to do is cut all these cable tips. Get all the cable and housing out of the way, then we can strip things off for leisure. I'm going to open the brakes just to get them out of the way. No point in leaving the wheel on. I don't know if these are valuable at all, but it's a good set of 26-inch rims and matching hubs and matching skewers and street tires that are probably old and crusty. They're probably fine. I really don't like saving old chains and cassettes, but it's the thing people do, so we might as well check it out. And this looks like it goes all the way to the edge of the gauge. So, destroyed. No point in saving this chain. And we can look and see if there's a quick link and blah blah blah, but you know, it's a junk chain, why bother? So just finding any old random pin, pushing it out, and be more discerning if there was a reason to. Away with the dead chain. Wow. Grab the old three-way. Undo these cables. So just loosen all the pinch bolts, not so loose they fall on the floor and disappear behind a bench and you can never find them again. Just loose enough. I think there's a barrel adjuster under here. Hey, alright. No point not saving this dumb mud boot. Whatever. I'm going to go ahead and inspect and clean all these parts. Probably for sale, maybe for use on something else later. This is what you do often when you get like a totally dead bike. Just go through and strip it and find out what's not totally dead. It looks pretty nice. It might be totally fine. The front derailleur is what I'm really interested in. It's a cheap 9-speed triple derailleur front, which no one cares about. No one cares about front derailleurs. It's worth $0. But there is a pretty shitty derailleur on the front of that Bianchi, where everything else has been upgraded to derailleur, except for that front derailleur. I've been fighting it. I think I got it working now, ironically, but, you know, if we can make this work, we might. Ooh. A little rusty from chain rub, but no big deal. No actual wear you can feel with your finger. No, hacksawed in chain wide hacksaw blade. Totally worn out derailleur nonsense. This is alright. Yeah, I mean, this looks really nice, really. Other than being super dirty and crusty. Where are the brakes? They're Tektro V brakes, and they're not worn out or dead. Not worth anything, but you really need a V brake. Why not save a set and have them for a repair in the future, or a friend's bike, or whatevs. And this bike will probably be worth more as just a frame set without the V brakes on it. It's got disc tabs, which is all anyone really cares about anymore. And cable routing and all the right braze-ons. And I mean, this bike would be pretty cool with a paint job and a modern fork or whatever. Whatever, I paid $50 for it. I'm going to strip it down. I'm going to just clean the frame off lightly and put it up for sale for $50 and see if anyone cares. And if not, I'll put it in the recycling pile and I won't care either. This spring tension bolt is all the way in. Will this make any change? No, but it won't be so hard to fight. Cool. Oh, it's a black V-brake noodle. I was like, what, is there not even a V-brake noodle in the front? Well, there's just this solid piece of housing going right into the little dirt boot. I would have never seen that before. If you went to a used bike shop to try and buy these brakes, they'd charge you at least $10 or $20 for them. So even though they're worthless, they're not worthless. These V-brake noodles totally blow it. I don't have any, so I'm going to save them for emergencies, I guess. Ugh. So crusty it stole the little internal sleeve right out. Hilarious. Just lining up the little splits. Is it worth the trouble? Not really. Saving these little rubber slap donuts. They're old and hard and crusty, but I don't really have any, so why not? Might come in handy for a cheap repair or flip. These are good stainless cables. Trying to be frugal and save stuff, but I don't like to anymore. I used to all the time before I went to the shop, but then I just had stuff sitting around, just do whatever I wanted. I want everything to be as nice as possible. Little chewed up grip. Internal plastic's broken. Basically rotted off. Alright. Bag. Dump all my trash in. My left pedal's basically dead. I don't think I'm going to bother saving them. Sure, someone on the internet wants to complain about me not putting a chain and a bunch of rags over this when I knock these pedals loose. So, try not to punch that chain ring. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. It's really easy to go the wrong way. I really stopped and thought about it. Righty-tighty, but still looking at the wrong wheel. Oh, I don't have an 8. That's just the 10. Luckily I have this little park tool, the crank 14mm nut wrench, and then the 8 on the other side, because I don't even have an 8. Same thing when I'm pulling these crank bolts, make sure you don't punch those chain rings. We're trying to break this bolt free. Let go. Nice and greasy. While I'm at it, might as well check to see this bottom bracket's dead. Nope, no play at all. Bottom bracket's nice. Tried to go the wrong way again. Really make sure this tool's loose. You don't want to bottom it out on a BB spindle or anything, and then it won't be tight, and you'll actually just tear the threads out of the cranks instead of pull the cranks off. Basically, it's best to make it into 2 pieces. Always snug this bolt down, otherwise you'll tear the threads out. Done it a couple of times. Just barely snug. Won't be able to get it loose again. And comes right off. We'll give this a clean, see if chain rings are any good. The chain rings are replaceable, but they're 4-bolt and they're little, and I doubt these cranks are really worth anything to anyone. But you never know. We'll put them up, sell them cheap enough. I mean, got 50 bucks into this. If I make 100 bucks on all these parts, it'll kind of be worth my time. "16 minutes. Yeah, they're not exactly pretty, but there's probably nothing wrong with them. Haven't pulled the bottom bracket in a while. Get a breaker bar, maybe. See if we do this without slipping. Got a long ratchet, got a little short breaker bar. There you go. Sometimes I find it's easier to do the other side first and crack the non-drive loose. These are backwards again too. And the drive side is righty-tighty, right? God, you think I'd be able to remember simple shit like this I've done 1,000 times. Yeah, the non-drive's reversed on both. We'll find out. Oh, wish I had a cheater bar. Come on, in. I used to be so good at this. Used to be so good at this. Wowzers, zousers. There we go. See, it's something to really dig into. I'll dig into my screwdriver. And this side is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. The other side is reverse thread. I should have remembered that. The drive side is reverse thread. Now that's cracked loose. We'll hit the old drive side, so it should be righty-loosey. Theory. Oh yeah. Also, what I'm doing here is using a giant wrench as a cheater bar. It's not recommended, especially these short spline tools. It's really easy for these to slip. So you really have to hold this in, make sure this tool's in and all the way in. Not a little cockeyed, not a little weird, all the way in. And really focus your attention on holding this tool in flush. Sticking the box end on this side. And now I can just push down. I can't believe I forgot. I guess it's been 3 years since I bought a bracket. Drive side is reversed. About done. And I'm taking them out the same way I put them in. Okay. Which is to say, a little bit at a time on each side. You don't want them to shoot crooked, especially when you're tightening them down. It's more important than putting them in, but TH Industries, but it's fine. It's crusty. Wonder if it has the length or anything relevant on here. Not really. Sure is rusty and crusty. You can barely read it. Oh yeah, back to this grip. A little flat head. See, we're gonna sort of dig around. Oh yeah, this is so old. It's just got ridden a lot, ridden hard, put away wet and dirty. Well, I sat in someone's garage for 20 years. I tried to test these shifters at the store, but everything was all rusty and crusty. They definitely had some clicks, but I'm not sure if they had them all. Now I can play with them. If not, we're going to soak them in some T9. That'll make them like new again. How loose you got to get, bro? This is kind of a cool, weird old Tektro lever with silver and body and black. Kind of like it. It's kind of cool. I might clean it up, see what it looks like. Maybe I'll clean all the black off of it too. If I wanted silver V-brake levers, which I'm... Yeah, they make silver V-brakes. I built some classic e-bikes in a kind of modern, retro sort of style, half and half. The lever's worth at least $10. Cheap shitty one's worth $10. The front's got no clicks, so we'll clean it up. I don't know why. So the back basically has all its clicks. Oh, and that cable is definitely broken and fraying. So get rid of that. I mean, yeah, this shifter's worth 20 or 30 bucks. It's 9-speed. Trigger is great. Making a 1-by would be tight. Of course I grabbed the wrong screwdriver. Save this reflector, no one cares, but every once in a while someone really does. People are bummed there's no reflectors on their bike. People come in looking for reflectors on their bike. I don't have a shop, so that'll never happen, but still. Do we care about this bar? Why not? It's narrow, it's flat, it's kind of silver. I don't care about it at all. But honestly, it uglies the bike up so much, I think the frame will be easier to sell without this bar. Guys have really wide bars, riser bars, stuff. I think I want to keep... No, I don't want to keep those carbon fiber spacers. Don't care about this fork. I mean, all that's left is to make sure none of these bottle glosses are seized. I don't think that's ever been used. The original one with paint on it still. tight. This is probably bent to shit. Let's see. The seat's frozen. Of course I'm blocking it. I'm gonna loosen this. Oh yeah, seat post isn't even frozen. Hotness. I mean, why not wipe it down? Why not? Because I don't want to? Whatever. Don't care about the seat post, but the seat post is worth another $10. Let's wipe it down, fuck. I'm a softie. 30 minutes. I'm dry rubbing it first. Knock off all the big chunks of dirt. You start spraying it right away, it's just going to make a big muddy mess. So try wiping it, then we'll go spray it. A lot less dirt on. A lot less of a ridiculous muddy mess. And you know, if you had like a brand new, really expensive paint job, you would not do this. You would wash the thing with a hose. Because rubbing dirt into the paint can scratch it, but this paint's all old and a little scratchy anyways. And we're not going to polish it. It's not going to be in a bike show. It's fine. It might never be a bike again. I might not be able to give this thing away. My front this fork seems extra terrible. I don't know if it's rebuildable. I don't know if anyone even would. Someone does use this frame. Probably put a suspension corrected fork in. Real crusty on the top. Lots of old headset grease, been slowly leaking out over the last 20 years. Let's go ahead and grab a much cleaner rag. I'm just trying to make it look presentable in case someone might actually want this thing. I don't want to get turned off by just a little bit of dirt, and dust, and mud, which definitely happens. Making money is hard. This is about what I do on tune-ups too, just enough to make it look like you did something, but not going crazy. So we're going to give it another spray right up front, real obvious. Sides, bottom of the down tube is fully encrustulated. Someone's going to have to get a lot more wild to actually get this thing clean if they care. Yeah, full of dirt. Alright, let's get some info taken down for this bike. Got a pen and paper, Darth Vader paper. Okay, ED 4.0. Lots of words, man. Designed in the USA. Competition hardtail. Hardtail, it's disc or V-brake. Sometimes they'll say things on them. Like the size of the frame. Sometimes. Gonna measure center of the bottom bracket to the top. 16 inches. Effective top tube is gonna be like the center of the head tube to the center of the seat post, kind of level-ish. Level-ish. Let's try and get the dropouts level, give us an idea of what level is. So I'm going to say 55. Effective top tube. Anything else real important? Not really. God, it's still got so much crust. Oh, that seat is torn. I was excited about the crappy old seat, but now I'm not. Little tears. Maybe I'll leave the post in too. No, I gotta milk every penny I can out of this bike. It's be hard to make my money back. Post is separate. Get some shots of this bad boy and then put it right up on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. See if anyone cares. They probably won't. Oh, we should measure stuff with rear spacing. It'll be 135, but let's make sure. Just in case it's a weird thing. Cool. There it is, we're 45 minutes in. This is basically a strip bike. I mean, I can spend another 40 seconds pulling the stem and the spacers and the fork out. But you know, I don't want them. Knocking that frozen clamp loose, so it'll fall right out. Tight, tight, tight. Yeah, exactly 135. What's your clearance like? People care about that sort of thing. Sick. So that's the video. Hopefully it sells. Get my money back. I'll clean up all these parts and maybe use some of them in other projects. Maybe just put them on eBay. So if you're watching this, you know, check Craigslist, check eBay. If you want any of this junk, it's going up. This is the glorious part. Just spending hours off camera, stripping dirty parts and cleaning them and deciding what's trash and what's going on eBay and what's getting saved. Because, like, who knows, man? Who knows? I guess I'll know after this. Just make them look not totally funky. Just mostly funky. Clean-ish parts. I might do a quick little video on getting these shifters to have all their clicks back in them again. But I don't think I'll make it part of this video. But this tiny, mostly empty box is the outcome of today's work. Good on ya. This rear derailleur cleaned up really nice though. It's not particularly high-end or desirable, but still a derailleur. Still 9-speed, still in good shape. So that's exciting. And the front will definitely fit the old Bianchi if the old derailleur doesn't work flawlessly on this next test ride. Parts. Cranks came out nice. Parts. Alright, thanks guys. Thanks for watching.